So the teaser trailer for Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 4 released a few days ago, and we've already gone ahead and made a trailer breakdown, but one scene that I actually missed throughout that breakdown because of how quick the trailer actually is, was this scene right here, which involves what seems to be a mysterious dinosaur. Now, when I went online on Twitter to check out what people are thinking about the teaser trailer for Season 4, I noticed loads of people talking about this mysterious dinosaur, and I have seen so many names go out there, I've seen so many possibilities of what this could be, so today I believe that I have actually solved it after spending probably at least a couple hours trying to identify and look at this creature to other creatures in the Jurassic franchise. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. I believe I've discovered what this dinosaur is, so we're going to discuss that, but we're also going to talk about other possibilities of what this dinosaur could be as well. So once you've got your snacks at the ready and you're sat back, it's time to identify what the mysterious dinosaur was in Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 4's teaser trailer.
Should stay locked up.
So let's identify this creature. Right here, we can see that it is a bipedal dinosaur of some sorts, which definitely rules out dinosaurs like Triceratops. We can see that it is running very comfortably on two legs, and it does have an upwards posture with two arms as well. On those arms, we do have relatively long claws, but not too long from what we can see. But as I will say quite often, it is very hard to find out exactly what this creature is, just simply because of the lighting. We know that this has taken place during the fire sequence of Jurassic World Dominion, so there's loads of oranges, loads of red, and trying to identify it from just the skin colorization alone is practically impossible at this point, so we have to identify all of the features. For some reason, on the forearms of this dinosaur, they do seem a little bit jagged, so we will talk about that later in the video as well, but the main takeaways from what we can see is the fact that it does have relatively skinny legs, it does have a drooping body, an upward curve of a posture, it does have curved up hands as well, kind of similar to how velociraptors run, and possibly we might even have some stripes on the belly as well, but I believe that could just be folds within the skin of this dinosaur. So all in all, it is very hard to work out what this dinosaur truly is. So let's take a look at what the fandom is saying. Well, there are some names that are being put out there which I just find extremely outlandish, so we're not going to talk about those ones. But one name that keeps popping up is the Spinosaurus. So how likely is this being the Spinosaurus? Well, there are certainly possibilities. I won't rule it out 100%. As we know, this creature does run on two legs, it can use its claws to go upwards, and it does have relatively long claws as well. Not only that, but the pinch and fold on the skin by the thigh of the body does look very similar to the Spinosaurus's, and of course the running animation matches the Spinosaurus and the three claws as I mentioned. So just based off what we can see aesthetically, we could say that there is a chance for this to be a Spinosaurus. But to further add to this theory, we also know that Chaos Theory in Season 1 teased that there was a Manticorp investigation on the island and that it did happen. So we know that somebody has come across the Spinosaurus on that island, and since BioSyn is very big in this world right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they did take the Spinosaurus. There's a lot more that aids this theory specifically, but we'll go into that and more in depth for a later video this week about Season 4. But we want to see the Spinosaurus return, and I would say there is a possibility. But I don't think that this is him. I don't think that what we are seeing in this mysterious dinosaur is the Spinosaurus. So what else could it be? Well, the next name is Giganotosaurus, also known as Zeb. This was the name given to the Spinosaurus because of its zebra-like skin patterns that were going down its body, and since we can roughly see some stripes on that belly, there is a possibility that might be because it is Zeb the Giganotosaurus. The running animation also kind of matches, more specifically within the legs of the Giganotosaurus. But when this dinosaur does run, and when you watch back Jurassic World Dominion as much as I have, you don't really recall this dinosaur angling its claws upward like that. It just doesn't make sense for this creature. And only really velociraptors or Atrociraptors do this. Since we do know Atrociraptors are also in this season, we now need to identify that by looking at some sickle claws, and from what we can see, there doesn't seem to be any sickle claws on this dinosaur whatsoever. So I wouldn't go as far as saying that this is just an Atrociraptor. I think this is a larger looking creature. So that brings me down to my final pick here. What do I actually think this is? You guys know, I've watched Jurassic World Dominion upwards of 100 times now probably, and I have really identified each and every creature, and from my personal opinion, I think that this is just the Therizinosaurus. I don't think it's a new creature, I don't think it's anything too special. This is probably me talking and then I'll eat my words later when the season releases, but from what I can tell, I believe this to actually just be the Therizinosaurus. Multiple areas of the body for this mysterious creature, like the arms and the lower torso, show a distinct texture that I don't recall on any dinosaur throughout the franchise. And the more I look at that texture, the more I realize I actually see fur on this mysterious dinosaur instead, just above the thighs, where the arms are, and this is exactly where the Therizinosaurus also has its fur. So we have that to aid this possibility. Not only that, but the feet and the legs also match the dinosaur too. These are very noticeable when you do look at the Therizinosaurus' model. And as I said, the posture of this creature looks like it's more angling upwards. If a carnivorous dinosaur was to be running in the same direction, whether that be attacking or running away, his head is going to be angled a little further down to be more streamlined. That's kind of what carnivores really do. So the fact that the Therizinosaurus is herbivorous and it doesn't need to run streamlined and it's not used to doing it, that would explain why this dinosaur has an upwards body posture whilst running. And again, if we were to put the Therizinosaurus side by side with this mysterious creature, and if you were to use your imagination just a little bit, to me at least, this looks more like the posture of the Therizinosaurus. The only thing that's kind of throwing me off from this being a theory is the fact that it's holding up its hands in that angle. It just doesn't really make too much sense, especially if you have a lot of weight on them like the Therizinosaurus does, with those Freddy Krueger style claws. As you can see in Dominion, the dinosaur is holding its claws pretty much down to the ground for most scenes. The only time that it's not is when it's trying to defend itself from the Giganotosaurus. So why would it hold its claws up like that? I don't really know. But when we do remove that factor, I think everything else resembles a Therizinosaurus almost pinpoint accurate. So no, I don't think that this is the Spinosaurus, no, I don't think that this is the Giganotosaurus, and no, I don't think it's going to be anything else. I believe the mystery dinosaur for Season 4 is supposed to be the Therizinosaurus instead. And there we have it. I believe that I have solved the mystery dinosaur in Season 4's teaser trailer. I don't think it's anything special that a lot of people are trying to put out online. I would like to be proven wrong because it would be nice to have a new dinosaur in the franchise and to identify a new dinosaur in the BioSyn Valley as well. But just by judging everything that we can see from this teaser trailer and what we can see in Jurassic World Dominion, I believe this to actually be the Therizinosaurus. Now again, as I mentioned in my previous video just yesterday discussing some problems that Season 4's teaser trailer might have, we know that the Therizinosaurus kind of just appears in the BioSyn facility towards the end of the movie, so something definitely happened off screen during the fire, and I believe this to be the scene of the Therizinosaurus running through the fire to get to the facility. Either way, I'm interested to know what you guys think, so head on down to the comments. Do you think this is Spinosaurus, Giganotosaurus, or do you agree with my opinion and say that it's the Therizinosaurus as well? Be sure to let me know in the comments, but if you have nothing to say, then just leave the dinosaur emoji for the sake of engagement. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed and you feel as though I opened your mind to what possibility this dinosaur could be, and make sure you're subscribed for your daily dose of Jurassic content here on YouTube. We've got a lot to cover in the next few months for the Jurassic franchise, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned. But most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hey, did you enjoy the video? Well, why not leave a like and subscribe for more Jurassic content? I appreciate every single one of you for reaching this point into the video and supporting me this far. If you wish to support me even further, then feel free to head on down to the description where you can find links to donate, my Patreon, and you can also press that join button to become a member here on YouTube and gain access to some awesome emojis. A massive thank you to all of the YouTube members for this month, as well as the amazing fans over on Patreon too. Your extra bit of support really goes a long way. But for now, I wish you a great rest of your day.